Hello and welcome back, all 15 of you, for another episode on the Ocean podcast. Today will be pretty simple. We're just going to do a Q&A. It's like 12 degrees here for some reason. It was like 80 yesterday. Decided to be bipolar, and now it is frigid. We're going to kick
Frigid.
it over.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that word before, Tommy. I'm
Frigid.
impressed. Frigid.
It's so cold here. I'm making up my own new words over here. It's that cold. So, Jonah, we're going to jump right into it. Do you have anything to say before we get started?
Do I have anything to say? I mean, it's kind of cold here. Oh, real quick, just so everyone knows, my car really stinks.
Oh, dear.
It smells like a rat crawled in there and died, and it doesn't normally smell like that. I keep my car pretty clean, pretty fresh. So, if any of y'all know what could possibly make a car just start smelling like, a rat died in it, just
We've discussed. We feel like there might be a dead animal.
leave something down in the comments below.
There could be something dead in his car. So trying to figure that out. So
yeah. So all right. Anyways, Tommy has the question, so we're gonna hop right into it.
Jump right into it.
We're gonna jump right into this.
Here we go. Okay.
Let's go.
First,
right.
We just want to thank y'all for sending in all these questions, supporting us early on. But got a ton of questions. We're gonna go through each of them. Some we're going to talk about a good bit. The other ones we're just probably going to laugh at. I'm like shaking. Can you like hear the shakiness in my voice? It's not because I'm nervous. It's just frigid here, as I've said before. My first question I got, this was on my story on Instagram, from Overtime Tom, and he said, me. Not really a question, Tom, but I've discussed it. He wants to come on. He said he would love to come on anytime. He runs all the Overtime accounts on social media, Instagram. So we're going to have him on sometime. We'll see. But first, real question after that. Said, and this is from Luke Thrasher. He said, Def talk about NBA players and how their games transform kids today's game. So, good, Luke. Solid thought there.
Good question. Thank you for that.
Appreciate it. So we're kind of going to talk a little about that. That's a good question. Obviously, Jonah and I grew up watching like a ton of basketball and just kind of consumed with it. And that's kind of, how it's been our entire lives. But I'd say, for me, I definitely grew up watching like some certain guys, and I still get to take things away from their game. We'll start with Jonah, though. What are some of the top players that you've kind of watched your whole life or taken things from or modeled, different parts of your game from?
Oh, that's a good question. I always, even when I was I was really young when JJ Redick was at Duke,
Mm-hmm.
but I always thought he was such a good player. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You were frozen for a second, just make sure. Okay. Yeah. I like the spot up shooting game. I've always had a play style as a shooter, at least in high school. I've been the shooter, the marquee shooter for the team. So just watching guys like that, and there's a lot more of them in the NBA now than there even used to be. Like you could see, we're obviously probably going to talk about Curry and how he changed the way kids play the game nowadays, but even like Klay Thompson is a more traditional shooter than Stephen Curry. I think Klay Thompson has the best looking form that the world has ever seen. I still watch highlights of him just to try to model my game a little bit after him, because obviously Tommy's play style is a lot closer to Curry's than mine certainly is.
Yeah,
But,
I'd say definitely. Like we're kind of different positions. You're kind of like a wing. He's a little bit bigger than I am. I'm more of like a true point guard. A lot of that's just because of my size. But I would say for me, like Steve Nash, I love the way he plays the game. John Stockton, Curry, obviously, all guys that, and I think this is kind of why people have related to me more, and I've kind of grown nationally. And I think it's because like a lot of people enjoy watching me play because like I'm not a freak athlete. Like I'm not going to dunk on like 5 people a game. Like that's not why I'm on like it's not why I've grown to what I have been. I think people kind of enjoy it because I'm not that freak athlete, but I think both of us are kind of, we have a very high IQ for the game of basketball. Just with growing up so closely tied to it, but just high IQ guys that are going to make the right plays, that can handle the ball and can shoot, kind of do everything, can pass, and have a little bit of swag, a little bit of flash to them. So those are the kind of guys that I would definitely relate to. And obviously, I would encourage y'all, find those players that are close to your size, close to your position, and you can just take so much like from those players, even if it's just one move. But it's repetition, working on that move over and over and being able to perfect it is huge, and that's something I've been able to benefit from. So good question, Luke Thrasher. Appreciate it. First question on the podcast. Moving on. This one's a little more serious from Zars Hazer or Zarshazer or Zarzazer. Any of them.
Just give up.
He says, how you'll continue to keep your faith in college. Jonah, I'll let you get right on to that. That's something so important to us. Just attack it. Just go at it. Just give us an answer and wrap it up.
I'll keep my faith in college. That's a good question, but I think a better question would be, how would you lose your faith in college unless you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people?
Exactly.
Really, that's all.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down. And
so if you just make sure you surround yourself with the right people, and this doesn't even apply to college, it applies to life in general. But if you surround yourself with the right people, you're going to find yourself going in the right path, as opposed to surrounding yourself with the wrong people. You find yourself doing things you wouldn't have otherwise thought you would be doing.
Yeah.
I learned that lesson the hard way, and if you're younger and you don't know that, choose your friends wisely. If you have the ability to choose your friends, just make sure you find some good ones that are going to do the right thing, because oftentimes if you find ones that are doing the wrong thing, you're going to join them just due to peer pressure. Even if you think you can hold back, you're going to fall in eventually. That goes for everybody. So definitely. That's what I have to say regarding that matter.
Yeah, and I think that's spot on. That's kind of what my thought process along with that. And, a lot of it is not, your location or your circumstances, but it's who you decide to surround yourself with, because it's really that simple. As many other things are in life, it's a choice, it's a decision. But I think it's good that we discuss this now, because obviously you want to be able to think about these things. You want to pray about these things before you get in a situation, and you fall because you haven't thought about it, you haven't prayed about it. And so I think it's good we're having this discussion. But obviously I've heard you are the average of the top 5 people that you spend the most time spend your time with. And obviously you hear things about like, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. And it's cliche, but it's also really, really true. It's very detrimental. I think it's skipped over a lot and kind of eased over by a lot of kids today, because they don't understand it until, like you said, you kind of have to learn the hard way sometimes. But you find out just how important that is. And like Jonah and I, we've been best friends since I can remember. But he's the kind of guy that I can count on. He's the kind of guy I know is praying for me, and I'm praying for him. And if you ever need anything, that he comes to me. But I know that us having these conversations and being around each other, we can really lift one another up, and that's huge. But yeah, obviously that's what you want. I've heard a example in this, and it's, if someone were to stand on a chair above you, how much harder would it be for them to pull you up? So to be a Christian surrounded by unbelievers, how much harder it is to pull someone up? Like, that's almost impossible, as it is for those people to pull you down. Like, it's gravity and it's common sense. Like, so obviously pick your friends wisely. I think we agree with that. So yeah, moving on, not just in college, but anywhere, any stage of life, make sure you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people that are going to implore you on your faith or your values. And so, good questions, Ars Hazer. Zazer? We don't really know. So yes, moving on to the next questions here. There's a lot, so we're just gonna have to jump right into it. Let's see. First question: how is David Murr related to you? He works at my school. He's our uncle.
He's our uncle.
He's our uncle.
Yep. He's our
Dave,
uncle. He's
Dave
one
is
of our uncles. We have a lot of uncles on just
16.
our father's side of the family, but
There's a lot of them. But yeah, Dave's awesome. John and I were talking about them the other day, but just a genuine guy that you want to spend time with. And you know, I know he prays for us. Actually, during the season, Uncle Dave sent Jonah and I a scripture, a passage of scripture, either a verse or two verses every single week during our basketball
Yep.
season. That was
it was honestly, it was very nice. It was nice. Yeah.
so
It's
we
nice.
really,
It's nice. We're blessed to have a family that for the most part is really in tune with Shelby. No, I'm joking.
he's a wild
It's
child.
is pretty in tune with God's plans for their life, and Dave is a great uncle. Me and Tommy were talking the other day. Dave likes to write handwritten letters, personalized letters to people, and we both have one from him, and we have a couple, but they're pretty phenomenal. So yeah, handwritten letters from that are very intimate and personal with other people. They're very underrated.
Those are fire. Those are fire.
Yeah,
You can never count out a good letter from someone
I've
special.
been holding on to mine for like 3 years, so
Oh yeah.
I'm never gonna let it go.
I
So
actually have this picture right here. This right here is something that my grandfather, it's like his signature basically. It's called Happy Jack, but it's just his signature basically. It's just a little doodle. He's put it on every single card. So I cut it out and put it in the back of my phone. This one right here is a picture of John and I's grandmother. Just a genuine, true a woman of God, an inspiration to everyone that's our fighter battle with cancer, and so just an encouragement to have those people in the back of your phone. But handwritten stuff is huge, obviously, very underrated. I will agree with that. The next question says, "We are you going to ball at next?"
when are you going to ball at next?
No.
The answer is no.
Where are you going to ball at next? I eventually think I'm going to step away from the game of basketball momentarily until college starts up, and then I'll probably go to college to play. But until then, I'm not going to play on a team. Going to Lipscomb.
So he's going to play at Lipscomb next. All right.
Moving on. Do you want me to send you spicy memes?
Spicy memes?
Spicy memes.
Spicy.
I don't know how you
no.
define spicy, but
Yeah. I'd be down for some spicy memes,
I
but
like a dank meme, but I don't know what his definition of spicy is. So N_O_Y_X. I'm going to have to pass on this one just for now. And then he sent in another question right after that and said, "Do you think a group of squids is called a squad?"
a squab?
Squad.
A squad. Oh, it
Right.
should be if it's not.
Yeah, right?
It's probably something stupid like a meep.
A meep.
A meep.
The meep moving as one in the ocean in their natural habitat. Well, Noix, I would call it a squad. Jonah would call it a squad. Valid question. Spicy memes. Squad. Fire. We like that. Dream college. I mean, I wouldn't say there's really a dream college. I'm real happy with where I'm going to end up. I feel like that's where God wants me. But Jonah grew up a Duke fan. I grew up a North Carolina fan. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'd love to play for Coach K.
Yeah.
So,
but
that's probably not going to happen. So, I'm okay with that. But
never know.
I mean, everyone has a dream car that they're never really probably going to get.
Yeah. A dream car?
Yeah, so I'm saying it's the same principle. Okay, Tommy, you have something you want to say?
What is your dream car?
My dream car?
Yeah.
Is literally just honestly I don't have if I said my actual like car I want, that wouldn't be considered a dream car. So if I had a dream car, if I could like get any dream car I wanted, I would just literally find the most expensive one I could, sell it, buy a cheaper car, and keep the money.
I feel like I
But
knew you were gonna say that. That's
so I
really
mean,
good.
the car I want right now, currently I drive a '98 Accord, and
It smells like a dead rat.
that currently smells like a dead rat. But that thing can purr. Okay, don't let it fool you. Um, I would probably just get like a new model of an Accord or something, a Honda, just for the gas mileage and for how nice they are. So,
Speaking on gas mileage, not really, not gas at all. My dream car, a Tesla, 10 out of 10 times.
oh yeah. Oh, I also really kind of want a Cybertruck. Have you seen those?
Okay, those are a little bit absurd. Those look
No,
like
man.
tanks.
Those things are awesome.
They look like tanks that you would drive on GTA that you have to like unlock.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's like
All right.
moving on.
What's the next question?
Sorry, everyone. Um, what was the hardest thing about being on the come up and being so underrated? I wouldn't say anyone that loves the game of basketball. I don't think anyone's reached where they want to be. I certainly haven't reached where I want to be. So I guess, you could say we're still both on the come up, both very hungry and passionate about, where we want to be. But
You can't get mad about that kind of stuff though.
yeah,
Like you can't get mad on what other people think about you, because if you let other people control how you're going to feel, then you've given them power over you. And I mean, I've been at points in my life where I have been like that, where I've been, angry and mad and bitter over stupid stuff like, like not getting written up and, articles and stuff. But then like when you look at it, when you do get written up in the articles, like the first few times it's like, oh, it's a gratifying feeling. But at the same time, it's not earth shattering. It's not changing your life.
yeah.
So,
I think that's an example, a perfect testament to like when you put your focus in everything, that everyone else wants you to be, or what other people are thinking about you, what other people say about you, then it's a
mhm.
nonstop cycle. Like you get in the paper and you're
you're
like,
never gonna
oh,
you're never gonna get enough of it.
yeah, yeah,
And so I have the negative and the positive. I've just decided to, for the most part, try to ignore it and just focus on being the best that I can be.
yeah.
So that's what I have to say about that.
I agree, and that's how I am with opinions. Like, obviously, I'm not going to put too much effort or attention to what other people have to say about me, unless they're, someone close to me, because those are the people I truly care about. But, if it's just this kid who's like talking trash in my DMs, I'm like, come on, bro, like, get out of here. I'm not. This is not going to tear me apart. Um, the next question: what NBA player do you think you play like? We kind of already discussed this. I feel like I'm a hybrid between like Steve Nash, Steph Curry, John Stockton.
I don't know. Um,
Little,
Grayson Allen. I know a lot of people aren't gonna like that, but I probably play a lot like Grayson Allen
I can see that. I can
or
see that.
Duncan Robinson. Who
Yeah,
plays
I
for
can
the
see that.
Heat. Like, just I'm
That's
a
actually pretty
three.
good.
I take threes, and if I don't have that, then I can drive. Honestly, I have a pretty good. I mean, I have a pretty decent mid-range shot, but I'd probably underutilize it. I got a deadly fadeaway.
Yeah.
I just never shoot it.
Someone said, "What's it like to average that many points per game?" So that I would say, it is. I don't
I,
know.
I wouldn't know.
I mean, I've always seen it, and our team's always seen it as maybe, one night for us to be competitive, maybe the team needs me to have, 15 assists or 10 assists. Other nights they need me to have 10 rebounds. Other nights I might need to score 50 or 60.
Mhm.
I've always looked at it as whatever I could do to help the team, that whatever I could do to make us successful. And, something that our team bought into is, buying into your individual role. I think that's what makes a team, a unit successful. So that was kind of my role on that team. I think it could change at the next level. I think other areas of averages would rise. But I wouldn't say I'm just not a very conceited person like that, to be honest. Like, I'm not trying to but like,
Mm-hmm.
Jonah knows I'm not like going around like, do you see how much I like? That's just not really who I am. So it is, it is. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Just positivity and the negativity. If you just let it affect you too much, you let other people control you.
It'll
So
destroy you. Yeah. Um, Fat Music said, "Have you ever checked out my music?"
fat music. I'm gonna have to give it a listen, honestly, just based off the name. But next question.
Next question.
Next question.
Ezra Zadani _9 said, "What drills do you do?" So I guess we can talk about our personal workout, like daily workout. I do a lot of two-ball stuff, two-ball dribbling drills. Each day on the gun, I'll put about 600 to 800 shots a day. And that's different things. That's floaters, that's college threes, that's NBA threes, that's free throws, that's jumpers, that's floaters. I feel like I said some of those twice. But
I think
it's a
you
lot
said
of different.
all of them twice.
All of them twice. I do all of them twice, and that's why. No. Yeah, sometimes I try to spice it up, but I mostly do the same things. Um, Whatever you're doing, make sure you are uncomfortable, especially with the dribbling drills. Because if you're not uncomfortable,
You're not
then
pushing yourself.
you're not pushing
So,
yourself. Yeah.
yeah.
So, quick
I
little.
do when I do ball handling, I do two ball stuff too, but I use weighted balls, so they're like honestly they're stupid. It's a stupid workout. Like I'm so tired after just like a few trips up and down the court. And
I love two ball because it's so much easier when you get one ball. Like you're in the game, you have one ball.
yeah, you
It's so much
just
easier to
you
control.
if you just overload your senses like that, when you do get into a game with one ball, it's a lot easier to control it.
Yeah.
But it's the same principle with weighted balls. Um, I don't know. I do have a routine that I do on the gun. That's however many hundred. I switch it up every now and then, but I'll shoot like 100 of one shot, do 25 free throws, 100 of another shot, 25 free throws, 100 of another shot, so I can be working on my free throw game and try to take some shots off the dribble when you're on the gun, take shots, catch and shoot, take shots, one dribble, sidestep, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You just gotta have a good variety of stuff that you do. And one drill I discovered kind of recently is called the Villanova drill. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
The shooting drill.
Yeah.
Honestly, that drill, I've been doing it a lot recently. It's fun to try to challenge yourself to get through it as fast as possible, and it's honestly a really good fundamentals wise. It's a really good drill for younger players to work on, or anywhere really that you're at in your game. You can work on it. It can help with shooting a lot.
Basically, that's what we do, but we might be working on things that you have maybe mastered, or maybe we are a little bit ahead in different areas that y'all are not. It's subjective per person. So whatever you're doing, whatever you need to work on, make sure you're challenging yourself. Obviously, there's so much stuff you can find on YouTube and online now. There's so many different assets, but the beauty, I think, in basketball or one of the beauties of basketball is that it really just takes a semi-flat surface and a semi-circular ball, and that's how you get better. Like it's not always the most complicated thing. It's a decision, and that's what's the most complicated thing for a lot of people.
There is no secret drill that's going to make you perfect at the game of basketball. It's really just the drive and the determination and just keeping at it and just working it so hard.
Yeah, it's a slow process. So, doing this drill for a week, you might see no results, but over time, you have to stick with it, and you have to make that decision to stick with it beforehand. But yeah, that's how we would answer that question. We're gonna jump down a little bit. We have limited time, but Prince J says, "When did you first start taking ball serious?" Jonah and I kind of talked about this. My whole life, I don't like.
Yeah,
I don't feel like there's a moment like where I was like, "Oh yeah, maybe I could be good." Like,
right now, here, this is the moment. No, like
playing upward, like I was just focused on getting the dub. Like it's never been something that's been like,
Trying
oh
to,
yeah, now, like if I stop
yeah,
working now, it's like it's a lifelong process, I think.
yeah. I mean, I've been playing basketball as long as I can remember. Little, you know, rec league, upward type sports. It's little, little stuff, but it's not like we weren't trying to win.
Yeah, it's not like we were slow and
I
we were
think
like, all right,
I think
now
if you're
we're
if
gonna
you're
stop.
trying to win, yeah, if you're trying to win, you're taking it seriously. So, and I really am transcending basketball. I want to win at just about everything I do.
Period.
So, uh, if you don't really care about winning, I wouldn't say play basketball. I mean, you might be really good, but you really got to care about winning more than
And
how
that's
you play.
that's really anything. I mean, not even even if it's not a sport where you're focused on winning. Whether it's you're an artist or I don't have more examples, but maybe you're an artist or you've got other things like that. You can always improve, no matter how good you are, and that's what it's about. It's about challenging yourself and pushing yourself to different heights, and you can do that with whatever your passion is, and that's another beauty of life that you can do that with really whatever gift that God's given you, and being able to progress that, and that's something I think I've really come to enjoy about basketball. The both of us have worked so hard our entire lives and kind of always taking it very seriously, while still enjoying it and still loving it, still having fun. Um, so good question, kind of ish. Moving on. Um, what's a good cameraman for headlights? Well, Dalen Jack 23. Uh, Jay Brash and Video Boost, they've done a ton of my stuff. They're great guys. Um, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Moving on. What inspires you? That's deep. That's deep.
What
Pretty cool.
inspires me?
Um,
Like what inspires me to play basketball, or what inspires me in general?
in general, I guess he just said what inspires you.
Okay.
That
What in
boils right down to my faith. I mean,
Yeah.
who I am as a believer, who I am as a child of God. That transcends anything I could do, on the court, off the court. The victory that is within me is so much greater than I could ever do outwardly, and that's something I've come to understand. But I think there's something very beautiful about whatever gift you have been given. Pushing yourself and getting better at that and giving God the glory. I think He's glorified when we use our gifts and when we put effort to Him and work hard. And so that's something I would definitely say. That's what as a whole inspires me. But obviously, like both of us, we talked about we have great family lives. Both of us, an extended family is just incredible. The support system is legit crazy. Like we just have a lot of people behind us, a lot of people praying for us, and a lot of people on our side. Inspires me. I like music. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Um,
that's a whole episode type of topic. I
it,
feel like.
yeah. If you don't believe in a God, then like I'm trying to say this not in a way that'll offend people,
You're
but
trying to say
like
like what motivation
there's
is
there's
there?
there's like how do you stay inspired if
Well, if you have no
you don't
purpose,
have a
if you
higher
have
purpose?
no meaning, it's kind of just
Yeah,
an endless chase of nothing. And I
yeah.
understand what you're saying there.
Everything in this world is temporary. So if you're gonna live for something, don't live for something in the world. Live for something that isn't temporary. Live for something that's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
The Bible talks about how the riches of this earth are like wood, hay, and stubble, and they're going to burn. So one, you can't take your money with you to heaven. You can't take your achievements, anything. It's all going to be gone. So, but you can take your relationships with people, and you can take your memories. So, um, live in a way that you will want to take those relationships and those memories with you to
Yeah.
heaven.
Um, Next question. who was the best player I've ever played against? Best player I played against. I played on the EYBL circuit, Nike circuit this summer, so I played like a ton of talent. Cade Cunningham, Greg Brown, Sharif Cooper. Those are some guys that come to mind. Crazy talented, crazy athletic. Those are all really good. Jonah, who's the best player you've played against?
Probably either Joey Baker.
Josh
or,
Nicholson.
yeah, Joey plays at Duke now, but he played at Trinity with Fayetteville. Either him or Josh Nickelberry. He plays at Louisville.
Bro, what about Alex O'Connell?
Alex O'Connell.
Yeah.
Huh?
You say you didn't see he entered the transfer portal?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
That's
I'm interested to see where he's going to go, but
yeah, me
I
too.
mean, I was calling that from the beginning of the year, though. The way that Mike Krzyzewski, the way that he played them both, yeah, like some games he wouldn't play Alex O'Connell at all, but he would play Joey Baker because they're honestly like really similar in play styles.
Yeah.
Like
Well, they're
very
both kind
similar.
of spot up shooters.
They were the 3-point shooters.
If you're gonna go to a blue blood, like there's only like 1 or 2 spots for a spot up shooter, like because those guys are coming in right after, like every year. You guys are going to the NBA, and next year they're bringing the next top prospect. So
yeah, but I mean, Joey Baker can get up.
Oh yeah,
and so can Alex O'Connell.
Yeah.
Which just goes to say how athletic you have to be to consider a slasher in schools like that.
Yeah.
I watched Joey Baker take flight over one of my teammates and dunk all over him from like outside the paint. So yeah, either him or Josh Nickelberry. But Josh Nickelberry's sitting bench at Louisville right now. I think I don't even remember seeing him play at all from the games I watched them play. But he was like a top prospect.
Oh yeah. This one.
I don't know.
This one, I'm not going to state the username because of what they said. They said, "Is your mom hot?" Now, I feel like there's another word for that. Hot. My mom is a beautiful woman, but I would not call her hot. That is weird. I don't know why you're concerned about it. Moving on. I'm trying. I'm kind of shell shocked right now, buddy. I don't know why you feel the need to bring my mother into it. How many kids do you want?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. No, I want
4 is pushing it. Honestly,
yeah, that's a lot of kids.
That is a lot of kids to take care of.
Like financially and things, that's a lot. I love kids. I definitely want at least 2 boys and probably a girl.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I want 2 boys so that they can play basketball and stuff together. And
yeah, I want kids that can have a relationship like you and I did growing up, and like how our uncles had it, our dads, like they were all kind of very tightly knit. I want that for my boys. Seems we have an interruption.
No, you're fine. Okay, shut the door. That was weird. He walked in and wouldn't speak, so he just was making hand motions. That was my dad. We might have him on one day.
We will.
Just maybe. We'll think about it.
What? Just maybe. No, I better
get out of here.
Like I'm gonna get out of right now.
Hey,
I am.
Get out of here.
Me and Tommy's dad are gonna do a podcast next week.
Please don't.
Okay. All right. Well, we have a few more minutes here. So how many questions do we have left?
Well, I'll just pick a few. What's your favorite NBA team? Very quickly, Jonah and I love the Hornets. Kind of.
We'll talk more about that.
Yeah, it's a lot there.
We have a lot to say about that.
Love-hate relationship because they suck so hard, but we love them. Moving on. Someone said, "What age were you when you started playing basketball?" I can pretty much answer this for Jonah and I. The first day. Like,
yes. My
first word was ball. That's a true statement. Like 95% of my pictures from my childhood, I'm holding a ball. There's a ball around me. So we just grew up with it.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. This kid said, "Are you gay?" No,
No,
I am not.
I don't identify as a gay man. So
I'm straight as they come. Someone said, "When you gonna commit?" Still up in the air. Maybe gonna go overseas. I'm probably not gonna play on a team until I get to college. So we'll see. Jonah's gonna play in college as well. It looks like so. A lot to look forward to for the both of us. Um, and there's kind of a lot of repetitive questions. Let's try and find one more. What was your favorite high school basketball moment? I've been asked this before, and I can conclude it to saying there was not like a moment that I think of, and I'm like, this, because there's definitely moments where you want a tournament or you want area or you want this championship or whatever. That was incredible, but I think to wrap it up as a whole, like just playing in front of the people that are so important to you that you love more than anything, your grandparents, your parents, and being able to play for my dad was something it's just so special. But I think just being able to play with them watching it, and to play with the guys I did, I think God really blessed my career. Talking really quick, just trying to wrap it up. Jonah, what were some of your favorite moments, or as a whole, whatever?
Yeah, I loved playing, just hanging out. Well, some of the big things that you really remember from sports seasons and stuff like that isn't really always stuff on the court.
We also have 15 seconds, maybe more. I don't know, but just keep going. We'll just
we have a minute. We have a minute before this call is going to end. So
just go with it.
All right.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Like, I think some of the things I miss more than anything are like those long bus rides.
Like long bus rides, overnight trips. Overnight trips are goated.
Even like tough practices where you like run your face off and you're like, holy cow. But there's a certain bond, and there's not a better word for grinding, for working hard, like putting everything you have into something with some of your best friends in high school. There's something so special about that entire process. So I think God has us where he wants us, and we've been where we have been for a reason. I think he's really blessed both of us in our playing career, and certainly a lot of potential for where we could go with that. I don't actually know how much time we have left. Jonah was going to do a verse. Do we have time for that? I don't know.
I don't think we do. I think this call is about to end. So
we're going to go ahead and shut it down.
Yep. Thank you all for watching episode 2 of the Oshan podcast. Peace.